Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, July 16th, 2024. I am coming at you live this morning from Studio J in Clearwater, Florida, where the heat index, we're going to do a heat index check this morning. The heat index here, it's 86, feels like 90 at 10:08 a.m. Let me know where you're listening from and look up your heat index, aka real feel temperature, whatever you want to call it. It is 90 at 10:08 here. Feels like 90 anyways. I want to know what it feels like where you're at. Good morning, all the moderators. Look how blue the chat is this morning. Good morning, Blue Sky and Miss Nightbot and Lovey and Helen. Good to see all you guys this morning. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. So we've got a few stories we're going to walk through this morning. We're going to do a couple of things we haven't really followed up on in a while. One is we're going to go over a little bit of P. Diddy, and a lot of stuff has come out on him. We're going to go over a few of those. And then we're going to talk about the Beastie Boys suing Chili's over sabotage. Brian says it feels like 108 here today. Illinois real feel 79. I'm jealous as hell. 89 feels like 96 in PA. So it's still, the heat wave's still moving across. 88 in Fort Worth. Yeah, it's hot. Y'all, like, are we going to get a break? I haven't really been following the forecast. It's horrible. Have you guys been like hibernating inside, or what have you been doing to stay cool? Barbie, it's miserable. It is. Excuse me. My allergies are terrible too. Feels like 91. Temp is 72. $95, 76 in Chicago. It sounds really, really nice in Chicago. Missouri, it's 92 heat index. 90 degrees with the humidity in Ontario. Ugh. Baytown, Texas, 84 feels like 96. I saw you, Flo. Bragging up here. Where is she? Montana, 67, sunny and clear sky. You know what?
Why were you telling her not to fuck herself?
I don't know, but I woke up this morning with something in my eye. My eye is red. It hurts. I'm a mess over here. You opened your door yesterday and thought you were checking your cornbread. Hi, Patrick. I was trying to get a sound bite. I have a sound bite for Patrick, but my AirDrop isn't working. So I'm going to get this loaded up, Patrick. Because whenever I see you, you're going to hear this. Patrick! Hey, True Crime. You had tornadoes. It's only 75. See, you got the front pushing it out. 85 feels like 92. St. Pete Beach. I'm staying inside. I get heat sick in a hot shower. I did go feed the feral cat in the park, but didn't push the dog in the buggy. Oh my God. You have a buggy for your dog? That's so cute. It must be the cornrows. Blame it on the cornrows. Blame it on the cornrows. Speaking of cornrows, we have a live scheduled tonight on the other channel. I have it set to scroll with the link. We're going to be talking about searches tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Everyday with Jay. We're going to talk about the searches that have gone on. I have some interesting stories from some of the people that have searched there. They're speaking truths. Are they low? Well, that was from my phone. That's why. I played that from my phone, but watch. Yes, we're going to talk all about the searches. Group searches, individual searches, all that good stuff. 81 in Hawaii. Sounds pleasant. You're in Tweed, Ontario, and you're freezing. I don't know where Tweed is, but Barbie, I want winter. I know, man. This has been hot here. I know it's been hot everywhere, but damn, in Florida, it's been brutal. I opened the door to take the dogs out. I was like, oh my God. It's 80 in London? Holy. That's warm for there, right? Is it sunny in London? Or is it rainy, Catherine? It's going to be at 7:30. Good morning, Teresa. She just set her notification for tonight. Thank you so much. 74 and sunny in Clarkson. That sounds amazing, Lisa. Love it. Love it. Hope you're getting some relief because I ain't. All right. Shall we get into the first story? Sean, Puffy, Diddy Combs. I had to sneeze. I'm telling you, I'm not joking about allergies. God almighty. You're seeing it all today. Bing bong. Dang.
There was a lot of leakage.
New York could be expecting 100 degrees, miserable with all that concrete. Mm-mm. I'm drinking dark roast coffee with like French vanilla, I think. Thank you for the bless yous. I sneezed yesterday too. What's wrong with me? Did he do it? Danielle, it's good to see you. Tori, good to see you. Welcome back. Ashley, good to see you. Be in Florida. I know I need to get some more. I used to use Flonase. Diddy done a lot. So this one here, this is one I hadn't heard about. I know that, you know, there's issues with his ex. There was a video that came out of him literally beating his ex in the hallway of a hotel. But this one I hadn't heard of. And thank you, Shell, for your super sticker. She says, keep it up, girl. Keep it up. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate you. Yes, he is very deranged. Very deranged. Thank you again. Oh, I got coffee from Shell. Ah, oh, all right. Thank you so much. Nightbot, Miss Nightbot says Diddy did do it. Diddy done. All right. This is a new lawsuit. This came out back in May, but I haven't heard of it. New lawsuit accuses Sean Diddy Combs of sexually abusing a college student in the 90s. This dude's been a bad dude for a really, really long time. A woman who says Sean Diddy Combs subjected her to violence and abuse over several years in the 90s filed a lawsuit in New York, accusing the rapper of sexual assault, battery, and gender-motivated violence. April Lampros, who met Combs in 94 when she was a college student, described several terrifying sexual encounters with him, including being forced to take ecstasy and have sex with Combs' late former girlfriend, Kim Porter. Can you even imagine this happening to you? Can you imagine being given ecstasy and then forced to have sex with someone's girlfriend? What? It's sick. Thank you, One-Eyed Flo, for your generous super sticker. Appreciate y'all. I don't think he's going to get away with it, Brian. Put a 1 in chat if you think Diddy's going to just skate through this. Put a 2 if you think he's going to get arrested. He's horrible. He's horrible, and he's been doing this shit like his whole career. And God knows if it was before his career. What was he doing before then? What's up, Cindy Bobbitt? Good to see you this morning. Welcome to the chat.
John Wayne Bobbitt's penis.
I hate that that's your sound bite, Cindy, but I know you love me, right? Oh, Robin coming in with a twister. She says Diddy will end up deceased lately. Never thought of that. He doesn't seem to be too worried. He's out gallivanting around, you know. So let's keep going. Lampro's lawsuit filed Thursday, which was back in May, in Manhattan, comes after a series of allegations against Diddy. A former model accused Combs of sexually assaulting her at his New York recording studio in '03. And that was in a separate lawsuit filed that same week of May 24th. Lampros, 51, said in the lawsuit that she was a student at New York City's Fashion Institute of Technology when she met Combs, who showered her with gifts and promised to help her achieve her dream of a career in fashion. FYI, these shoes are not going to get you a career in fashion. But grooming. I'm so glad, Cindy. You're awesome. I've never done ecstasy either. I know a lot of people that have. I've never done it. The only thing I've ever done is smoke pot. That's it. I was always too scared. Yeah, people are pulling back, starting to avoid him. They don't want to be associated with him. It's going to slowly, I think, happen. I hope. The relationship then turned abusive and coercive. Lampros said Combs raped her in a Manhattan hotel room in '95. She passed out and woke up the next morning, quote, nude, sore, and confused, end quote. On another occasion, Lampros said, Combs forced her to perform oral sex on him in a parking garage in full view of a worker at the garage. Combs forced Lampros and Porter, that's Kim Porter, to have sex with one another in his apartment in '96 after he had shoved ecstasy pills down their throats. Miss Lampros vocally opposed this idea, but Mr. Combs quickly reminded her that she had no control over the situation as he could make her lose her job. Kim Porter died of pneumonia in 2018. This dude's a monster. Oh, so they found Jay Slater's body. Did you guys hear that? Not to change the subject, but body found on Tenerife is identified as British teen missing for a month. Human remains have been found in the search for a British teen who went missing a month ago on the island of Tenerife, Spanish police said Monday. It says that he likely died suffering injuries from a fall in the rocky terrain. He was identified through fingerprints. They say he got lost trying to walk from one corner of the island to the other. And the journey that he went to take would have taken 11 hours on foot. So he frantically called his friend, said he was lost, he wasn't aware of his surroundings, and he desperately needed a drink, and his phone was at 1%. His body was found Monday by the Spanish Civil Guard in a steep and inaccessible area. It was near the last known location of his mobile phone. That's so sad. Do you guys think it's the year of truth? So we've got another Diddy story. Diddy, I know he's disgusting. Diddy's disgusting. The double D. So we have a former editor of Vibe magazine. Here we're going back to the 90s. This is freaking disturbing because I used to drive down the street. Every step I take, every move I make, right? In the 90s. That's what I was doing, right? Who's hot? Who's not? Fuck that. He was doing this shit back then. I am so glad that women are empowered to come forward and aren't ignored anymore over these celebs that used to get away with everything, right? So her name is Danielle Smith, and she wrote a publication in the New York Times about an incident in 1997, and it led to the magazine's servers being stolen. Good morning, Texas Ranger. Former Vibe editor-in-chief Danielle Smith accused Sean Diddy Combs of threatening her life over a 1997 cover dispute. It shows that he thinks he can control everything, right? So she wrote a new first-person essay for the New York Times, and she detailed her interactions with the rapper who has been accused of numerous sexual assaults and documented on a 2016 surveillance tape beating his then-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Danielle Smith recalled how in 97 Diddy, then known as Puff Daddy, demanded to see dual covers of Vibe, depicting him as alternately an angel and a devil. She refused, and he allegedly called to tell her he would see her, quote, dead in the trunk of a car if she didn't comply. What the? What? See how much ish he's gotten away with? He is a monster. When she asked him to, quote, take it back, he swore at her and told her he knew her exact location at that moment. Smith did not show him the covers, and the servers that contained the final version of the magazine were stolen from the office before its scheduled print date. Like, who does this dude think he is?
Like, what the fuck is this? And everybody's like, what the fuck is this?
But the art director had a copy on CD, so the magazine came out as planned. What a dickhead. Then it says Smith shared a troubling incident in which she and other female friends were having cocktails with Combs' wife, Kim Porter, the same one that he allegedly forced the college girl to sleep with after feeding him ecstasy, when the rapper burst in and demanded she return home immediately, dumping out the contents of her purse on the table. He snatched up her bank cards to the beat of, "You ain't got no business in here. You need to be at home with those kids." Combs yelled something like, "Get home as best as you can," from the sidewalk. I saw Porter being hustled into the limo in which we arrived. One of the friends, more tired than terrified, shot me a look. "You good?" And they were gone, Smith wrote. She recalled another party thrown by Epic Records when Ventura, best known by the mononym Cassie, was uncharacteristically alone. She asked Cassie how she was doing, and Smith sensed the singer was on the verge of telling her something important. "We each wanted to say something," she said. "It seemed that neither of us could find the words." It wasn't just Combs who made things difficult for Danielle Smith. "There's no safe space for an ambitious woman," she says. "Not anywhere, and definitely not in the entertainment business. Men keep it dangerous so they can keep it theirs. What do you think of that statement? Let me read that again. There's no safe space for an ambitious woman. Not anywhere. And definitely not in the entertainment business. Men keep it dangerous so they can keep it theirs. Put a 1 in chat if you agree with that sentiment. Put a 2 in chat if you disagree. Good morning, Feisty, and good morning, Joe. Good to see you. Good to see you guys this lovely Tuesday morning. Put a 1 in chat if you agree with that sentiment. Put a 2 if you do not. It is pretty deep. I've never heard it summed up like that, in that way. Still Waters says maybe James Brown said it best when he said this is a man's world. Let me read it again for those that didn't catch it. There's no safe space for an ambitious woman, not anywhere, and definitely not in the entertainment business. Men keep it dangerous so they can keep it theirs. Can I just say I love all the ones. I know that the majority of us are women, but I love that we're strong women. Exactly, Kels. I love that we're strong women who are evolving with the times. You get what I'm saying? We're seeing it. It's being said. It's in black and white now. She described an incident where a media executive bullied her at a bar. He made it clear he was going to walk me to my hotel room. It was obvious that he wanted sex. In his pulsing nostril was resentment about the job I had. He had the focused look of a person who believes you have stolen something from him. And that something is actually you. It's pretty deep. And it's pretty damn serious. And I think it sums it up really well. You know, I think that we used to accept it's a man's world. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a man's world. That's just the way it is. It's the way of the world. You know? It's very, very gross. And he's got I mean, there's just people coming out of the woodwork. This dude is going to be arrested. I just feel it in my gut. I feel it in my gut. He is a horrible individual. Even Nancy Grace thinks so.
The devil is dancing tonight.
Hey, September. Good morning, September. It's me, Tiffany. I've never liked Diddy. Always seems so arrogant and fake AF. I never really liked him as a person at all. I was never a Diddy fan, but I admit there were a couple songs that I liked. You know? The one he wrote for, the one, oh my God. Ugh, can't speak. Can't speak.
If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
I liked a couple songs. I liked that one for, Jesus, what's his name? Biggie. How could I forget? The one he wrote for Biggie. I liked that one. And then I liked that other one. Who's hot? Who not? He hides behind sunglasses because he has tiny, beady eyes. I know, evil. Brian, why do you think it takes so long for people to get charged nowadays? I don't know. Because the FBI is doing it. Because it's like over, different states and shit like that. I mean, they raided the 3 residents. That probably took quite a bit to, investigate and get set up. I don't really know. I wish I knew. You liked Mace. I know he ripped it off. I'm just saying he dedicated it to Biggie. I should have said it that way. I think it was, and it ended up Kim Porter's death. They said it was pneumonia. I know, I liked Biggie too. I don't know, Cindy Bobbitt. She said, what happened with that young white girl he wanted to adopt? The bio dad was looking for her, wanted her back. That was creepy. I didn't go too down in that rabbit hole because it was creepy. It was really creepy. What's up, Meg? Good to see you. Yeah, he was always kind of like a poser, right? I was never big on the East Coast rap. I liked the West Coast rap. I sound like a total nerd, but I felt like the East Coast rappers were kind of wimpy. I liked the Dr. Dre and all that, you know. Yeah. He just always seemed kind of wimpy and like fake and like overdoing it and like trying too hard. Cat Williams did call all of them out. Yeah, Justin Bieber's probably going to be a hot mess when he gets to be this age. Hot ass mess, Danielle. Wait for it. All right, so the next story, staying on the rapper tone. The Beasties. Look how old the Beasties look, y'all. Who had the CD License to Ill, or maybe even the cassette? Put a 1 in chat if you had the License to Ill, either the freaking cassette or the CD. Because that was probably one of my first jams in 7th grade. I was in 7th grade. And look at now. Huh. There's only 2 Beasties left. As MCA passed away from cancer. So the 2 lone Beasties. One lonely beastie I be. Yes, it was the best, right? So Mike D and Ad Rock are suing the restaurant chain Chili's for using their 1994 Sabotage song in their advertisements without approval. The complaint alleges that Brinker International's use of the song, along with Brinker's reproduction of the Sabotage accompanying music video, is unauthorized. It allegedly infringes the band's ownership of the song, which has been registered with the United States Copyright Office. Chili's did not respond to people, and the Beastie Boys reps had no comment on the matter. But let's go over here and see what the big hoopla is about.
The Beastie Boys are suing the parent company of Chili's restaurant.
Hold on, let me fix the screen. You remember the song Sabotage, right? That was when they played instruments. It's pretty badass. Let me get you some volume. Good morning if you're just joining us. This is our Tuesday morning show with J for J.
Restaurants, Brinker International. The group says the restaurant chain used its song Sabotage in social media ads without a license. The lawsuit says the Beastie Boys do not license Sabotage or any of their other songs for product ads, and notes that deceased group member Adam Yoke included a provision in his will prohibiting such uses. The group is seeking at least $150,000 in damages and an order blocking Brinker from using their work. The Beastie Boys won a $1.7 million jury verdict against energy drink maker Monster Beverage in 2014 for using its music without permission.
So it's not their first rodeo, but I can't find the commercial, which is what I wanted. Let's see if we can find the commercial. Maybe they removed it. Whoops. What is it again? Chili's. Beastie Boys ad. Let's see if we can find it. They probably removed it. Let's see.
The Beastie Boys are suing Chili's. The rap group claims the parent company of Chili's, Brinker International, used that song Sabotage in a social media advertisement without their permission. The group says the spot duped customers with Beastie Boys impersonators. It really does look like the video. The Beastie Boys didn't give anybody authorization to use their music in the ads. Brinker has not commented on the lawsuit.
Should have gotten a license to.
Oh shit, that's the actual commercial. It does look like the video. You guys have seen that video, right? I thought that was the actual video. They remade it. Look at, they're eating hamburgers and shit. Watch. It's like almost identical to the video. Do you guys think this is justified? Put a 1 in chat if you think that this lawsuit's justified, that they copied them without permission. Put a 2 if you think it's frivolous and the Beasties should just let it go.
The Beastie Boys are suing Chili's. The rap group claims the parent company of Chili's, Brinker International, used that song Sabotage in a social media advertisement without their permission. The group says the spot duped customers with Beastie Boys impersonators. It really does look like the video. The Beastie Boys didn't give anybody authorization to use their music in the ads. Brinker has not commented on the lawsuit.
Should have gotten a license to ill.
That guy. Oh my God. He said they should have got a license to ill.
As the spot duped customers with Beastie Boys impersonators. It really does look like the video. The Beastie Boys didn't give anybody authorization to use their music in the ads. Brinker has not commented on the lawsuit.
Should have gotten a license to ill.
When was it used? I think it was used in 2023. But this lawsuit was just filed. So Brinkers International owns Chili's, and that's who they're suing. Oh, I wish we could have seen his face when he said that. Oh, man. Never a dull moment when you watch the news, I tell you. It does look exactly like it.
In the ads. Brinker has not commented on the lawsuit.
Should have gotten a license to ill.
Does she say anything? Let's see. She doesn't say anything. They just end it there. I need to soundbite that. Should have got a license to ill. Coming in with the dad joke. That's great. This is the moments we live for because they make us laugh, right?
Commented on the lawsuit.
Should have gotten a license to ill.
And then they cut it. Like they did that shit on purpose. Oh, man. Too funny. All right. So do you guys think that it's justified? I think it's justified. I think they should get paid for their work. I think they should get paid for their work. And rest in peace, Richard Simmons and Shannon Doherty. We've got a lot of people passing away lately. Cindy Bobbitt, I love Styx. I've seen them a couple times myself. I'm a huge fan of the Beasties. Always will be. They just got Beastie Boys Square or something named after them down in Manhattan somewhere. There was a little to-do, a little block party for it. They got 0 permits to film the video to begin with. Well, I guess that's a valid point. Right?
Don't make me a dog-faced lion pony soldier.
Dr. Ruth, yes, rest in peace, Dr. Ruth. She passed as well. All right, guys, we're going to get into the main story, and this is a follow-up. I promised that I would follow up on this story. We're going to just briefly go through this again. This is an Illinois teen. This is Matthew Moklak. Matthew Moklak resides in Illinois, but he was extradited to Sumner County, Tennessee for multiple sex crimes. So we're going to read through this really quick, and then I'm going to give you the update that I found, and we'll go from there. An Illinois man is facing a slew of child sex crime charges in Hendersonville following an investigation into the alleged sexual exploitation of a minor. Police said 19-year-old Matthew Moklak from Villa Park, Illinois, was arrested on June 20th at his home. He's facing 20 counts of especially aggravated sexual exploitation of a minor, 1 count of solicitation of a minor, and 1 count of continuous essay of a child. Moklak is being extradited to Sumner County. Hendersonville police are urging parents to closely monitor their children's use of social media and other communication methods. This comes following an increasing trend of sexual predators using social media and phone apps to lure minors into illegal activities. Police ask anyone with information on this case to please call and report the information to the Hendersonville Police Department at 615-822-1111 or the Hendersonville Crime Stoppers, 615-594-4113. Tips may also be submitted using the P3 Tips mobile application. So, I have an update on this dude. And what's interesting is I don't know if he is still in the clinker or what. So what I found is pretty scarce, but we'll go through it. It says that he had a hearing on July 15th, which was yesterday, which surprisingly, that was the day that I looked. So I guess I'm going to have to look again today. But it does say the case is open, and the judge is D. David Gay. It was filed on June the 6th, and it did say in a hearing yesterday at 9:30. Okay. Hold on. Let me make that so you guys can read it. That would help matters. Yeah, he's disgusting, Aaron. All right. So then we move on to, these are all his charges. 22 of them. And if you notice, the violation date is all October 1st, 2023. All of these right here are the same date, except this one. They've got him on solicitation of a minor, rape of a child on March 1st, 2024. So his first charge is continuous essay of a child. And that happened on October 1st. And then all these aggravated exploitation that follow that, 20 of them. And then we jump forward with an allegation here on March 1st. So I don't know. It's horrible, isn't it, Flo? And he's 19 years old. He's 19 years old. So under this tab, we just had him arraigned and his indictment issued on the 14th of June. And then presentment, I don't know what that means, served to him on the 7th of July. And then it says here that he has a hearing and arraignment 7:15, which would have been yesterday. And then he has another hearing, which is called a settlement hearing And I don't know if in Tennessee that's considered a pretrial. I'm not really sure what a settlement hearing is. It doesn't sound good. I hope they're not like settling the case with him. Sebastian disappeared on 2/26. Yes. But we have a hearing September 23rd at 9:30 a.m. But the odd thing about this is that he doesn't show up in the Sumner County Jail roster. What do you guys think of that? Do you think he was? I mean, it doesn't say anything in here about him bonding. I can't see any documents. I don't see any like bond hearings. What do you guys make of that? I mean, he's not in their roster. I just looked through it before we went live. And he's not in the inmate roster for Sumner County. So where is he? Do you think they strapped the damn GPS on his ankle and let him go back to Illinois? What's going on? Hey, Ember, good morning. Yeah, isn't that strange? I thought for sure after I saw this, I was like, he's got to be in the Sumner County Jail, right? Is he maybe? Yeah, Kels, I saw that and I was wondering, is that criminal too, though, or is that just civil? A settlement conference in Tennessee is a meeting between the parties in the lawsuit, their attorneys, and a judge to try to resolve I can't read that. The dispute without going to trial. They may have him housed in Nashville. Could be, Feisty. Is he about to be federally indicted? Maybe. Retired says, I hate to see what the world will be like when my youngest grandchild is a teenager. Same. It's just weird to me. But he could be being charged federally too. Maybe that's coming down the pike. My eye keeps watering. I think whoever said that he could be in Nashville, that could be. The goal is to reach an agreement. Yeah, I don't like that. What kind of an agreement? This shit should be going straight to trial. Hey, Micro Kimmy. True crime. Jay, I think it's cool of you to sort of be a mentor to Granny and others. Like, love ya. Oh, I like Granny. I think she keeps it real. U.S. Marshals would indict federal charges, wouldn't it? I don't know. I don't like it either. It's weird. The state case is usually ended quickly if the feds take over. Oh, like, yes. Because I love you guys, you know. I think that, you know, you guys have potential and just keeping your nose on your goal, you know. I don't want to assume what people want to accomplish here on YouTube either, but I like honest people, and it's very, very hard to come across on YouTube. Speaking of which, we're going to be talking a little bit about that tonight when we go over searches. Oh, maybe they're going deeper with him and seeing who he's connected to. That could be. They always try to go deeper, I feel like, and that's why it takes so damn long. If the crime crossed state lines, which it did, it's probably federal. Teresa says he's definitely there. My nephew is in Sumner County. That guy is there and being kept separate in protective custody. That makes sense. They'll avoid trial for minors' sake and safety. Just like Keegan Kline. God, I always go back to him too, Robin. Keegan Kline. Right. Where were the images going? What about Stephan Stearns? Oh, speaking of that. What about Stephan Stearns' images? Where were his thousands of images going? And where was he getting images of, of, what was it? A 5-year-old? May he rest in hell. Thank you so much, Kels, for gifting 5 memberships. Ember, Lovey, Dynamite. And it's me, Tiffany, and Somni Owl. Make sure you thank Kels for that. Thank you so, so much. Keegan Kline's disgusting. What's up, Mrs. Smith? In the house.
Creep town, dude.
There's a lot of creep towns, isn't there? So, yesterday on Granny's, we went over these emails. And I felt really stupid afterwards because the docket was like, did you get the email I sent you last week? Well, he sent them to me. I had them since Friday. So I have added him and made him like VIP in my email so that so that I can see his emails first. Why isn't my AirDrop working? Says there's no one to share with. I wanted to show you guys these actual files. All right, I'll have to do it this way. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about some of the people named in this. They did not redact Stearns' friends. And I'm not going to say where this guy works exactly, but it's quite disturbing that the guy that he wants to sell all his little figurines is a frickin' bus driver. Like, I can't with Stephan Stearns' friends being bus drivers for kids. What do you guys think of that? Do you think that's a little icky? Do you think that's a little icky? Good morning, Miss Sherry, with her clogs. All right, I've got it here now. Let's get this up here. Oh, that guy is so gross too. He does fit the part. He's like a typical pedo too. Like Stearns, right? Yeah, a freaking bus driver. I was like, okay, that's concerning. Yeah, it's really bad. Bye, Mrs. Smith. Have a great day. Enjoy your meeting. Okay. So, thank you so much to the docket for emailing me this. My dumb butt didn't see it. So, I apologize to you guys for not being on top of it. My defense, though, I did have earache. So, but I did miss his email, and that won't happen again because I really do appreciate that he, sends me the things that he does so that we can go over them. So if you are not subscribed to the docket, go over there and give him a subscribe, give him some likes, support the ones that support us. Teresa, there's a lot going on in Sumner County. And obviously I'm not familiar with it, but it doesn't seem like this kind of stuff goes on there all the time. But I think you guys are going to see more and more things like this as Sumner County gets more and more populated. You guys are only 10 miles away from Nashville. I heard that last night. I didn't realize Nashville was only 10 miles away. Why would it take Seth Rogers 45 minutes to get from the sheriff's department to Sebastian's house? Thank you, Shell, for sharing the docket's link. God, my brain isn't working today. So this is what was given. And this is about the cars where they ran two plates, one for the silver Lincoln and one for a white Nissan, who actually both drove the same path at different times on that same day. I'm going to go find the one where he talks about his friends. And I didn't redact it out. I probably should have, but I don't know if you guys can even read that. I just wanted to read it out loud. Because he's all worried about his freaking figurines and the minis and everything else. Right here. I'll read this part. Here we go. So they're talking about how much messaging costs. And then he says, as far as the notes about some of my personal property at the house, because he wrote a letter about his personal property, which AKA is bins of toys. And I know these are collectibles and stuff like that. So no shade to his friend for selling them. But when you're associated with this guy, if this guy was my friend before I found out he did this, and his dad called me and said, "Hey, can you sell Stephan's minis?" I'd be like, "No, thanks." I'd be like, "No, thanks." So anyway, it says, as far as the notes about some of my personal property at the house, it was mostly instructions for what to do with my Warhammer 40K miniatures and terrain. I have a bin of terrain pieces in a yellow and black bin in the garage that has been left near the treadmill, and several plastic boxes full of minis in my room and even under the desk. If you want to get them out of the way, I was going to suggest finding one of my friends on my Facebook page and seeing if he would be interested in any of them or the terrain, or he might be able to help you sell them, or if you would rather just donate them to the Northport group, he could possibly help with that too. If he's willing, contact him and see if he's willing to do so. And if so, coordinate with him. As for my BattleTech minis or supplies, just leave those alone for now. There are some boxes for BattleTech, minis or supplies, and a small, there are some boxes for BattleTech and also a small gray box with a red handle that is labeled BattleTech near the handle that contains a lot of my BattleTech minis. Just keep that aside, along with anything else BattleTech related, until we know more about how things will go. Matt wouldn't be interested in them, and almost none of the other guys play it either. So hold on to it until I figure things out on my end. There is a second small gray box with a red handle that is not labeled. It contains a lot of Star Wars, Legion minis, and it belongs with all the stuff that is in a blue bag on the closet floor that contains a bunch of other Star Wars, Legion, and X-Wing stuff. Does anyone else find this weird? Robin says, why does he want this message to get to this guy? Something isn't right. Barbie says, does he actually think he's getting out? It's death penalty for him. Yeah, let's keep the chat on topic. Let's keep the chat on topic, please. Does he actually think he's getting out? It's death penalty. Yeah, it sounds like he thinks he has a chance. He sounds like a little kid, like a 12-year-old in like juvie. I want my candy. I want my books. I want to make origami. I don't know what to do with that. I don't think Matt would be interested, but maybe Tristan might like it. If you guys were inclined to ship it up to him. Who the hell's Tristan? And ship it up where? Fuck is he talking about? Do you guys think this is weird?
What?
Tristan. Ship it up to him. Okay. I don't know. It's up to you. For my trading card games and cards that are in the plastic drawers under my desk, leave them alone for now. But if we need to part with them in the future, Frank P. may be interested in some of them. But as I said, leave them for now until things become more certain for me, one way or the other. What? They have some value. And as for my Tamagotchi and V-Pet collection that is hanging in the closet and around the room, don't do anything with them just yet until we know how things will shake out. Blair says it sounds like his parents spoiled the shiz out of him. Yes. No accountability. Teresa says, I wonder if it's code for something. Yep. Something ain't right. You guys are feeling this shit is weird. Lovey says we need a psychologist to try to figure out what's hidden in this or if it's just his insane self. I don't know, but him and his dad are really weird with the puppies too. I read all of these yesterday, but I can read through them today for you guys. I read them on Granny's yesterday with her, but we can go through them. Listen to this. As for my Tamagotchi and V-Pet collection that is hanging in the closet and around the room, don't do anything until we know how things will shake out. I picture like tacks all over his room with those little pocket pet keychains hanging from him. How about you guys? Disturbing. Like a teenager's room. A lot of them are rare, expensive, and difficult, impossible to replace in the kind of pristine condition they are in. So leave them be for now. I feel like those are like reminders of Maddie. Because remember he was getting those for her? Until we know more about what my situation is going to be. Sorry for the info dump. But basically just contact Matt about my Warhammer stuff. See if he's willing to help you with it. And don't get rid of any of my other stuff until we know more. Danielle says it's super effed. Then he gets an email about voting. Look at, he says here, how are things at the Poodle Palace? Because they had puppies. I miss you guys, and my mind is often occupied by thoughts of home. I wish I was there to help with the puppies. How are they and Lacey? Those are the poodles. Here's his dad. Hey, Steph. Sorry for the delay in responding. I just saw this. Oh, a Warhammer? I'll show you. Warhammer figures. It's these damn things. They're like Transformers. These are his fucking toys. He's worried about these things. Now, people say, you know, they're collectible and shit. But this dude is like almost 50 years old. You fucking kidding me? These are his assets. These are Stephan Stern's assets. It's weird. Okay, so back to Chris writing to his son. And this is where it's a little weird about the dogs. Sherry says, grow up, man. Poodle Palace. No, he had Lassie dogs, collies. But yes, dogs were a theme there too. So listen carefully, guys, because people yesterday in Granny's thought that there was some code in here as well. Hey, Steph, sorry for the delay in responding. I just saw this. Amazon canceled the order, but we reordered it. Mom ordered a replacement origami book. Be on the lookout for that. The puppies are doing well. We recorded one of the puppies, how was making sounds like Chewbacca, and immediately decided to call the puppy Wookie. Lacey is being a super mother. Takes after her mother, Kissy. Wish I could show you a photo of her nursing towards the end of the first day. She's face planted, and the puppies are nursing. Sort of, I'm exhausted. Just nurse and leave me alone. Not much going on other than working and puppy. Here's Mom. Okay, so here's Mom. As we were talking on the phone last time, I was looking up the books you said you wanted and putting them in the cart for later. I wanted to make sure I got the right ones. We will send out a couple at a time. I did reorder Congo. I don't know why Amazon canceled it, but they did. Maybe they didn't have it in paperback. Hopefully this one goes through. Dad is right about Lacey. She is a great testament to Kissy, as Kissy was to Dazzle. Yes, face planted. Yes.
Psychopathy.
These people are worse than the laundries, I'm telling you.
Town, dude.
The pups are gaining 2 to 3 ounces a day. Now are all over a pound. I'm about halfway through with the ENS exercises. I don't know what that is. They only go for 2 weeks. Looks like eye shine in the inner corners of the eyes. By next week, they will be able to see, hear, and start walking. They are loud. I don't get much sleep between the heat lamp, nightlight, pups making their noises, and Lacey's demands to be taken out every other hour and fed every 4 to 5 hours. Oh, how dare the dog that's nursing a bunch of freaking puppies for you, weirdos. How dare she need to be taken out every other hour? How dare she need to be fed every 4 to 5 hours? Lacey's demands to be taken outside every other hour and fed every 4 to 5 hours. It is truly a labor of love for us both. Love smelling and holding pups again. Wish you were here too. I finally reached the 50 pounds lost mark. Dad is looking like a third world refugee. He is so skinny. LOL. Big hugs and stay strong. We love you. His dad's looks like a third world refugee. He's so skinny. Probably from the stress of his son molesting and unaliving. What the heck? Good morning, Richard. Welcome in. We're talking about Stephan Stearns right now. I mean, if she's nursing 6 puppies, yes, she needs to eat. Here's Stephan's reply. Hey, Dad looks that skinny? Wow. And congrats to Mom for the 50-pound milestone. I imagine I look rather changed as well. I just got to look at my face in the dark reflection of this tablet. My eyes are a bit sunk in with the dark circles underneath. And my cheekbones are sticking out so much, they look like they could cut you. I don't doubt that I'm continuing to lose weight. I am going on 4 months now in here. And in all that time, I've never had a full stomach and, in fact, forgotten what that's like. There's never a time these days when I don't feel hungry. Even right after a meal in which I completely clear my tray, I still feel hungry. But I'm trying to be my best and at least stay in some kind of shape. Have done many push-ups and crunches over the last few weeks. Arms are starting to look a bit bigger. It's funny how quickly and dramatically I get results from working out. I really should have done it more before. So you called the puppy Wookie instead of the obvious Chewy? Chewy sounds much better, LOL. I miss you both very much. One nice benefit of the tablet is access to the law library, which has a lot of case law and rulings. I have been busy looking through that a bit for anything relevant to my own situation, and I think I have found some things which give me some hope, but only some. I am not foolish enough to get my hopes up entirely for anything, and can really only hope that my legal team will agree with my ideas and are willing to pursue them as tenaciously as I want them to. I can't explain too much here, but there is still perhaps a slim hope for my situation. At any rate, my odds are not 0% at this time. Patience and faith, and no small amount of praying and hoping is what's getting me through. I maintain hope that I might be able to come home once this whole nasty business has reached its end. And I ask that you both remain hopeful as well and continue to pray for me to be delivered home again. He is disgusting.
Directly off.
Oh, it gets worse. His complaining. Oh, woe is me. I have to have that hope, or I would be falling into true despair and lose the will to live. So keep that hope yourselves as well. Patience and faith. Still trying to figure out the issue with the commissary on this tablet. It's blank when I open the link. An official came to check on me today to see how I'm doing in isolation. Really to see if I'm cracking up and need to go back into the care and watch of mental health. And I mentioned to him my issues with the commissary. He said he would look into it. I'm sure he did. I also requested administration through this tablet regarding the issue as well a few days ago. So I expect a reply in the next day or two. I only have 7 coffees left, which is dangerously low for me. I usually like 2 a day, and I've started rationing down to 1, but soon I will have none, and then I will be really glum. I also only have 3 pieces of root beer candy left. So things are getting quite bleak here for me in C ISO. I have not been able to resupply since I left the medical pod. So he's been in medical pod ever since he was arrested, which was severely isolated, right? He did not see the general population or, he was completely separated. So he recently, in this email, was put in pod C isolation along with, in the regular prison or jail. And now he's not getting everything that he had, right? So in the medical pod, he had everything that he wanted. But now he's in with the regular boys. And guess what? He opened up his tablet and opened up his commissary, and it's blank. Because they're going to make his life as miserable as possible without infringing on his rights. So he says, I have not been able to resupply since I left the medical pod. I received a random drug test today. My name popped up on the list for it, which neither myself or the officer could understand. Since he knew as well as me, I've been in isolation the whole time. So we both chuckled and shrugged and did it anyway. Go figure. I wish I could be there when the pups start to open their eyes. That's one of my favorite times with them. Seeing their little eyes grow more clear and walking up to the pen and seeing all the little tails start wagging when they see me as they do that little puffy chested prancing march over to greet me. I'm glad Lacey is such a good mom. And I wish I was there to pet her and praise her. I may have the tablet a while longer, so write back if you'd like. I might see it tonight, if not in the next day or two. Love you both. Hugs and kisses. His dad writes back, you don't see the commissary and cannot order anything? I hope that gets resolved quickly. Do you remember the balance? Jail and prison are not meant to be comfortable. All part of the mental punishment, I guess. I think this is his mom. Yeah, this is his mom. Hi, Queen Virgo. Hi, Potato. Good morning, Janet. Jail and prison are not meant to be comfortable. All of the mental punishment, I guess. Stay positive. Talk with your attorneys. I keep thinking how you would never rat out a friend. It really made me mad, and I felt like you valued them over us when you let them get away with stuff. Don't be doing that again. We all know Jen was heavily involved in this, and I am disgusted that she is free and you are not, when this is not all your fault. You need to think about yourself more and her less. She sure isn't thinking of you and how she can help you right now. The whole family is willing to stay quiet and let you take the fall for everything. When you do that, you are hurting us too. Please, get out of your head over this and start talking with your attorneys. This stuff is serious, and you need to approach it as life and death, which it is. I think the craziness Maddie lived through with Jen's various partners, not a stable life at all for a child. This woman has nerve. Thank you so much, True Crime and other stuff. Thank you for the burger. Appreciate you. I do pray for Maddie and for you daily. I am thrilled that you are working out again and have a physical outlet for the stress. I hope you get your coffee and candy straightened out quickly. So far, I haven't seen a cancellation on Congo. Let us know if stuff filters down to you through the system. This origami book is just paperback. No paper, just patterns if I read it right. Well, I'm off to feed the curly ones now. Love, hugs, and prayers, now and every day and night. Mom. Thank you so much, Siobhan. I got pounded by Siobhan. That didn't sound good. I need to.
Shut the fuck up.
Sometimes I just need to shut the fuck up. His mother has zero sadness for Maddie. Yeah, it's weird. She's all worried about Stearns. You never ratted out your friends. He says back to her, yep, it's a blank screen when I pull up the commissary link. I think if I recall, I asked you on the 19th for you to drop 30 in, but I haven't been able to order. So minus $2 per day since then. Maybe 18 left at this point. So maybe drop more in so I will have funds whenever I do get this sorted. I'll keep you updated on that. What an asshole. I told you to put it in on the 30th. Now they're charging me by the day. I probably only have 18 left. I will let you know as soon as the books come in. So far, I have The Hobbit, Eaters of the Dead, Sphere, Dragon Teeth, Timeline, and the Sudoku book. I have finished The Hobbit today. How I enjoy that book. Oh, gosh. And that means I have read all the books you sent me, LOL. I am, after all, a voracious reader, and many of the Crichton books were read straight through in a day and night. They are always such page turners. I can't help it. This dude's fucking weird. The battery light is starting to flash on the tablet, so this may be my last message tonight. It really runs out fast under use, and I've been keeping it logged out with the screen off in between messages. Ugh. In other news, I at least got a standard issue spoon and cup today, so that's one problem solved for the time being. Yeah, he was in the line to eat. He was in the line to eat and he didn't have utensils, and the officer that he asked about utensils told him to figure it out. Oh, shoot. Yeah, we don't talk about other creators in the midst of the live. On topic, please. Mods, keep the chat on topic, please. All right. So he says, and that means I've read all the book you sent me. Anyway, I love you both. I will try to get the tablet again in the next day or two. So write back hugs and kisses and well wishes to you both, and give my love to the fur babies too. Good night, XO, 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 XO. Whose birthday is it? Siobhan? Yay, it's Siobhan's birthday. We need to take a little break and wish Siobhan a very happy birthday from Jays for Justice.
Go, shorty. It's your birthday.
Happy birthday, Siobhan and Joe. And everybody else that has birthdays this week. Happy birthday. It's okay, Pine. It just gets people worked up. You know what I mean? All right. So here is mom or dad. Okay, I added some money and replenished the funds. By coincidence, I came across your list of books. So we'll just jump on Amazon and order you some more. Let us know what other books to order and we'll cycle through this list soon. Are there any other mind games like crossword puzzles you'd like? Have you heard from the attorneys regarding the POA? Which is power of attorney. Well, this is funny. Stephan is funny. So he says here, he gets an email like everybody on the jail email got. And it says that there's a resource fair. Maybe that's not the same one. There was a resource fair for how to seal things. Hold on. Yeah, right here. So he got a general email and he actually replied and wanted to attend. And then he got a response back that says, there have been many requests since I shared the community event for the clinic. So these are for people out in the community. Why they're sending them to the inmates, I don't know. But Stephan wanted to go and learn how to seal and expunge. He wanted to learn how to seal and expunge. They said this cannot be done while incarcerated. So he thought he was going to be slick. So here is The Hobbit. These are copies of the books he got. Japanese origami. One of them he didn't get because it came with paper and he was pissed. He was crying about it. Eaters of the Dead is another book. Good morning, Megan. Good morning, Auntie Cheryl. Good morning, Insomnia Owl. See, and I think this is wrong. I don't think that he should be able to get this shit. I think they should have like a library there, and what's in the library is what they get. Getting brand new books and stuff. It's BS. Especially with all these charges. F you, Stephan Stearns. I mean, what the fuck? This is what he's going to sit in jail and do. Getting Amazon packages. Ready Player One reminds me of Gypsy Rose. I'm in Ready Player One right now. Dragon Teeth, card games for travelers, which they wouldn't let him play because they don't let him have cards. Sphere. This is the one that they put in his property. So he says when he gets out, he'll get that. Dude, you ain't getting out. Here's Sudoku. Coco, yes. It was huge over here. Jay Slater. Michael Crichton timeline. All right, let's go back up. There's more emails. He doesn't have his toys, so he's going to make his own, said Shell. Exactly. What a freaking weirdo baby. It's just proof that he's like a child inside. It's icky. I love you, Mama. I love you, puppies. So here's Stephan back to his parents. I have not seen the attorneys regarding the POA yet. I was finally able to use the commissary kiosk yesterday. It said there were $28 in the account, which means by Monday there will be 22. So I had to keep my order under that. But I ordered 25 coffees for delivery on Tuesday, which cost $21.25. Couldn't get any more hard candy or crackers for budget. But I prioritized coffee and ran out yesterday. So I want to make sure I could get enough to last about 2 weeks. If I limit myself to 2 a day. Sometimes I do have more, though. I received the Easy Origami book yesterday, and I've already learned a few patterns. And I wouldn't mind being sent an intermediate one soon. Oh, he's moving on up in the origami. I'm glad you came across the book list, and yes, there are more titles I can add to it. As we cycle through the list, I will message you guys and add more. I'm still awaiting delivery of Congo. But as far as what to send next, I'm thinking Jurassic Park, The Lost World, Lord of the Rings trilogy, or alternatively, Ready Player One. As far as other mind games go, not much yet. Though I still need a book for single-player card game and whatnot. I will have the tablet for a while, and we'll try to turn it off to conserve battery and check these messages again. So right back, love and hugs. Richard says, I wouldn't have the heart to ask my family to do all this for me. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Probably fees, Barbie. They probably charge him a $2 fee. Parents reply, okay, I'll put more funds in it. Their system says their network is down, so I'll keep trying. We'll order what we can. I think Congo is still out for delivery. If I recall, there was a delay in shipping. Mom's referring to the list and we'll send out what we can. Puppies are over £1 now and all have fat bellies. They're becoming more active and vocal. It won't be long before their eyes and ears will be open and the fun times begin. Joy, quiet and calm, will now slowly dissipate. I switched companies this week as I'm working on something large. Won't go into details due to privacy, but all is good. What does that mean? July 10th, I am told, is a pretrial meeting to determine if your trial is pushed off to a later date. I'll let you know if I hear anything. From Stephan. Okay, yes, thank you. and keep trying to add funds. If I'm lucky, I might be able to use the kiosk tomorrow and add a few more items like candy and crackers. Yes, it sounds like the noisy times are upon you. I'm a bit jealous, though. I miss puppy time. What books are on the list that you have from me so I know what to add from my own list? I hope your big project works out! Exclamation point. Yes, I heard July 10th as well, and that it's likely to be pushed off and dragged out for a while. Give mom my love. And right back, I will turn off the tablet and check in a bit. Much love. Then they write back and say what they ordered. He writes back and says, remove it and Christine and Call of the Wild. I'll send you my own list. Then he gives them more. It's disgusting, isn't it? We've got a couple more here. Good to hear from you, says his dad. Sorry to hear about the hassle. I will instruct your mother accordingly. How long do you get to hold the tablet? I just arrived home. I need to unload groceries, but saw your message and wanted to get back to you right away. Stephan, I will basically have it until they ask for it back, which may be an hour or two, sometimes longer, depending on demand and how attentive the officers are. Hey, I finally have the tablet again. I can confirm I have begun to receive the following books. Then he lists them off. Unfortunately, they would not allow the book on card games because it also contained playing cards. Or maybe it was just playing cards, not sure, but it was placed in my property. Also, the origami book arrived and suffered the same fate because it contained paper in addition to the book. Which sucks. So I need a book. Just a book. On it. Nothing else. Could you possibly send a new one that's just a book? And going forward, send only books and nothing else with them. That's the rule. And there is no allowance for any deviation from or reinterpretation of that rule. This is him talking to his parents. I'd be like, F you, dude. Deal. I know he's a jerk, Meep. Where did Stephan learn this behavior, though? Is dad creepy, too? That's okay. So please make sure mom understands this as well, as these items do me no good, locked away in my property, and are therefore also impossible for you to refund or exchange either. He's such a manipulator. Which is a total waste all around. Oh, yes. I'm sure Lacey is quite demanding and starving all the time now. And I completely believe she is capable of leaving mom feeling harassed and henpecked. LOL. The dog is making his mom feel harassed and henpecked. How's that possible? Life here in CPOD, ISO, is an adjustment. Just getting an eating utensil with meals is a hassle. Paper spoons are provided to people in Suicide Watch and medical, but apparently not here in the regular pods, which leads me to believe there must be a standard issue utensil, which I don't have, which I mentioned this to the officer dispensing food at lunch. He said, quote, figure something out, and walked away. I will have to talk to the officer since I started in Suicide Watch, and for the last 3.5 months have been in areas that are heavily restricted. I suspect there are many things which I should have never received. The mat is flat and has very little cushion left. The cell is small, filthy, and has some spots on the wall that appear to be bloody fingerprints. So it's 7 puppies instead of 8? Also, did the social workers pass my notes to you regarding the accounts to cancel the Spotify subscription? I also had some instructions for my personal property. We went over that. Hey, Stephan. I confirmed today the books were delivered, minus the playing cards. They have to confirm if they're allowed. If not, they will be placed with your personal property. Puppies and Lacey went to the vet to have dew claws removed. We docked the tails ourselves. Glad that's done. They docked the dog's tails at home?
What?
Guys, why are they docking their fucking dog's tails at home? Is that not weird? Save the poodles. Save the Morkies and save the poodles.
God almighty.
What the fuck? What did they use to remove their tails? Oh, I know breeders do that, but I had the vet do mine. I had Yorkies. I took them to the vet and they docked their tails and did their dew claws at the same time. Okay, so like Yorkies are born with long tails. They dock them. And I don't even know why. I wish I would have never done that. They cut them off. Siobhan, I love to hear that. I wish I would have never done that. It's so stupid to do that. All because, oh, they're supposed to look that way. It's bullshit. Why would they need to look like their tails are cut off? We do some fucked up things, man. And isn't it weird how like years later in hindsight, you look and you're like, why did I do that? Yes, Cheryl, they did it at home. It should be illegal. I agree. What if they had, oh my God, that could have gone so many ways wrong. It is cruel. They must get docked. Let me see. Poodles. Let me see what it says. Docked tails. Do poodles have docked tails? Why do poodles get their tails docked? The reasons for tail docking are purely cosmetic. There is no physical benefit for the dog in having a docked tail. The AKC does not permit poodles with their natural tails to be shown. So owners of show dogs dock their dogs' tails in order to participate in dog shows. Dog shows better be, you know what? That needs to be changed. Brian, they're not, but I can put them in my Facebook group if you'd like to see them. I can post them in Facebook after this. See, that's effed up. AKC is really out for the dogs. Yeah, their voice boxes. I've seen Yorkies get their voice boxes removed. Ugh. Because they bark. All right, let me see. Let's see a poodle without a dock tail. Oh, they're so cute without it docked. Guys. And this is docked. And they did it at their home. Just wondered how they are out there for us to read because they were FOIA requested. I said in the beginning, I got them from the docket. Yeah, it pisses me off. Look how cute they are with it regular. They're cuter like that. Why do we do this to animals? Look, that's with the natural tail. So they cut that much of a tail off. They won't remove cats' claws in the UK anymore. I love that. Yeah, they're called Freedom of Information requests. And when you make that, Brian, they give you what they can, but you have to pay for it. I know. I save the Morkies and save the poodles. See, there's a natural tail. And then here is a dock tail. Yeah, it's cute and all, but why do we do that to them? So they have a cute little cotton ball? It's not fair to them. I feel differently about that, but gross. So they went to the vet to have the dew claws removed. Thank God they didn't do that themselves. Dew claws are the little pads on the front paws that are kind of a little bit up the leg. Those are dew claws. We docked the tails ourselves. What'd they do with the tails? I mean, isn't that like, you can't just throw away dogs' tails, can you? I mean, what the fuck are these people doing? I mean, you can't just throw away like dog tails, can you? I am shook. Glad that's done. Puppies and Lacey are resting, crashed out. Nothing else to report. Wow. 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 It was a restless night for your mom and Lacey. Lacey, as you know, is quite vocal and is very vocal with your mother during the night, wanting attention, food, or to be let out. Lacey is a good mother, but very demanding. I hope your mom survives the 10 weeks. At this pace, I'm not sure. LOL. Catch you later. Good to hear about your transfer and access to the tablet. Will this be full-time or limited? Like, is it passed around? Let me know how often you have access to the tablet. We'll write something every day. Can you send your mother an invite so she can write you separately? I'll help her get set up on her computer. We confirmed a few books were delivered yesterday. Da-da-da. The puppies are doing well, and Lacey is a super mom. Get this. Yesterday, Mom had to rescue one of the puppies who got its leg in the collar. She snagged the puppy out of the pen, sat down on the bed to adjust the collar. While she was sitting there, Lacey, at a dead standstill, leaped over the 3-foot pen and landed squarely on the bed to be with her puppy. I hate to think what would have happened if she miscalculated the jump. Today, after many consecutive days of rain, and threatening of rain, no rain, we're in that rainy period of nonstop torrential rain that creates chaos with home building, flooding, and messy days. At least the ponds and retention ponds are looking normal again. They were really low. What does that mean? Why is he bringing up retention ponds? They were really low. Tomorrow we travel with Lacey and the puppies to the vet to have the dew claws removed. This will be fun. Not. Although it's better than your mother doing it, who is always a nervous wreck. So she did the dew claws. She usually does the dew claws too. Oh my God. I can't. It's worth the expense to avoid 7 puppies is 28 dew claws. Yup. Better to have the vet do it. Mom's writing a message below. Can you imagine them doing 28 dew claws at home? Docking 7 tails at home? What is wrong with these people? Yeah, so they would have done it if she wasn't a nervous wreck. Yep. Better to have the vet do it. Mom's writing a message below. She writes him back about the freaking Congo and origami. This is Mom writing. Love and hugs to you. Hey, I just got access to the tablet again. They have moved me to a regular isolation cell in C-Pod. Presumably, this is where I'll stay for a while. It's not exactly the Ritz. It's a small pod, and it's quite noisy. Or it's a small cell, and the pod is quite noisy. I didn't think I'd miss the medical pod, but now I wish I was back in that big cell, where I could at least partially see out the window and look at the sky and the grass and the trees off in the distance as they swayed in the breeze. I will try to call as soon as possible. I imagine you have your hands full with puppies. I can't wait to hear all about it. I love you both and we'll call soon. P.S. I'm still waiting for the books to get in my hands. Maybe I'll receive them in the next couple days, hopefully. And then he asks for more books. That could be an interesting thing to learn. She's talking about origami. And a good way to pass time and satisfy my need to create and craft with my hands. Let's try that. Hopefully it's allowed. And since it's folding paper, which I have plenty of, into different shapes, it shouldn't be a security concern, I wouldn't think. And then his dad goes, how does this work? Is it like snail mail? I assume like everything else is. Everyone has access and can read these messages. I think this will get limited use. We'll see. Thoughts? That's a little sus, isn't it? Is this like snail mail? I assume like everything else, everyone has access and can read these messages. I think this will get limited use. We'll see. Thoughts? Yeah, these people are effed up, y'all. Yeah, that's all of them. And I'm sure we'll get more as time goes on. Who do you think is worse? Let's do a quick poll. Who's worse? You have to choose one, okay? Roberta and Chris. And funny, we have another. And these people live in the same town, the same neighborhood as the Laundries. How effed up is that? I don't know his mother's name, so I'm going to put Mrs. Stearns and Chris. Who do you think is worse? From what you've heard. If you had to pick one that was worse than the other, because isn't it fucked up that they both live in Northport? In the same neighborhoods? What are the stinking odds, right? I think Stearns too, because of the magnitude of his crimes. True crime and other stuff. I don't think you should be nervous. I saw your comment earlier about being nervous to go live. I think you should just do you. Roberta's awful, but this is pretty bad. I mean, she's implicating Jen, and I'm not saying that Jen should not be in trouble because I certainly think she should. But she's like, this is not all your fault. And you've always, covered for your friends and don't do that again. It's like, dude, he had 1,600 images of Maddie on his phone. Yes, Jen should be implicated, but damn. Welcome, Megan May. Thank you for becoming a clicker today.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man. Click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.
What's in the water there? I don't know, retired EMT. I don't know. But you know what, retired EMT? I'm going to go hang my geckos today. I'm so excited.
It's in the water. What the
I know that boys' moms get a bad rap, but these are the worst boy moms. Yeah, for sure. Bundy's mom was the same way. Maybe because something happens to them when they're young and they feel guilty. So they I know, welcome back, Megan. Thanks for rejoining. Chris and Roberta. Yeah, another one. They live in the same hood.
Roberta.
Weird. And I think a lot of you agree that the Sterns are worse because of what happened to Madeline. What happened to Gabby was horrific as well. But when you have a 13-year-old who didn't have a choice of what situation she was in, I know the geckos are adorable. So thank you so much. If you guys want to check out the doggies, and I have a wish list. If you want to check it out, the doggies love. They hear the Amazon guy, and they are like, "Is that package for me?" It's so funny, brats. Just brats, I tell you. But thank you so much, guys. We're going to wrap this Tuesday up. It is almost high noon. I'm going to go to the pool today, try to get through this heat. But I got to get outside. I've been cooped up, and I got to get outside, but it's so effing hot. So I'm going to go to the pool for a bit. And I'm going to be live on my other channel tonight at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. I hope to see you guys there. The link is in the chat. It says join me tonight on my other channel. Go ahead and click that. Hit the reminder bell. And stay awesome. Have a great day. Stay cool, too. And I'll see you guys tonight. Let's run our credits for Myron. I'm wearing my favorite shirt, too, Myron. This is my favorite shirt, my kitty rescue shirt. Yeah, I'm disturbed about the poodles. I got to do some research on that because that's concerning to me. We'll talk about that more later. Bye, clickers. Bye, mods. Thank you so much. So much for watching. If you enjoyed this live stream or video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on my latest content. Want to take it a step further?
Bring it all in.
And join our community clickers by becoming a Patreon or a YouTube member. You'll get exclusive access to our Discord server, special channel perks, and much more. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.
Click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. Damn, damn. I don't give a damn. Damn, damn. I don't give a damn. Damn, damn. I don't give a damn. You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to friends, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time for that. Staying up late, sleeping all day, dreaming about Cadillacs. Buying new shoes, hanging by the pool, sipping on Coke and Jack. Calling my phone when you feel alone, but I'll never call you back. I ain't got time.
One Jennifer or two Jennifers?
Thanks so much, Jennifer.
Jennifer loves horses. Bye, Jennifer.